If you're learning to play the harmonica, you probably want to be a confident, badass harmonica player, right? But when you go to play, you sound bad. Maybe you don't feel ready to play with other people. You don't feel ready to play on stage. And I want you to understand that this particular mindset is really holding you back if you have it. Seriously. If you want to be a good player, a confident player, a competent player, you have to be willing to sound bad first. Let me explain why this matters and how understanding this simple idea can change everything. Most people think confidence comes from hours and hours of practice and talent and all of this, but it's just not that way. Confidence at any skill, but we're talking about harmonica today, comes from repeatedly stepping into uncomfortable territory, failing, and realizing you're still okay, and doing that over and over. Today, I want to show you exactly how this works. So, if you're struggling to, let's say, feel confident with improvising, if you feel nervous about the idea of playing at jams or performing live or maybe posting your music online, it's not because you're not talented, it's because you're missing this really critical mindset shift. Every musician you've ever admired started from zero, just like you. Confidence doesn't come from talent. It's not to say that talent doesn't exist, but even the people that are talented often go nowhere because you really develop confidence and competence from being willing to try something, even when it scares you, even when you might fail. Let me make something clear. You're not alone in feeling this fear behind improvising, playing with other people, going up on stage. Every great player you admire has experienced nerves, self-doubt, and frustration. The difference is simply that they've trained themselves to keep stepping forward regardless of how awkward or uncomfortable they felt. Imagine what it would feel like to step on a stage or start improvising without any hesitation or fear. And that's what I'm going to help you with today. Now, let me share a quick story. When I was learning guitar, which was my first main instrument, I was pretty bad. I missed notes, awkward timing, my hands were kind of shaky. I jammed a little with friends when I was learning, when I was initially starting off, but playing with new people was terrifying. Now, when I got to college, and I was still kind of getting the hang of playing electric guitar, there was a group of really creative musicians who hung out at this really cool spot near me, and I desperately wanted to connect with them. And so one day, despite feeling like a complete imposter and poser, I brought my guitar and my amp down there, and I remember vividly walking in, my heart was pounding, my palms were sweaty, and my guitar was feeling twice as heavy as usual. And as I set up, my mind raced with negative thoughts. What if these people laugh? What if they tell me to leave? What if they're all friends and I'm not welcome there? But something amazing happened. I didn't just survive, I held my own and I fit right in. As soon as I started playing guitar, my fear melted into the music. I clearly remember this one musician who had this incredible skill of just quickly creating these really mesmerizing repetitive hooks when he was improvising with other people. He effortlessly evolved this simple musical idea into something really captivating and vibrant. It's something that I do a lot now, and I picked this up from this guy. And watching him that night completely changed how I thought about improvisation and music making. It wasn't about doing something perfectly, it was just about creativity and the openness to develop every idea, no matter how small it was. And After saying yes to that experience, it was easier to say yes in the future. Every subsequent jam, gig, or recording session I participated in after that became easier because I'd proven to myself that I could handle that initial discomfort. And this mindset of willingly stepping into uncertainty accelerated my progress in music dramatically. And later, when I picked up the harmonica, I intentionally carried this fearless approach forward. It opened countless doors and allowed me to rapidly develop my confidence and, of course, my competence. But it's not like it was always easy. I played in front of people and I've been laughed at, right? But I survived. And it's given me the ability to say yes to all sorts of different situations. And if I never dealt with those moments where I was laughed at, I wouldn't have experienced the moments of standing ovations or people crying tears of sadness or joy. None of those times would have happened if I let those bad moments hold me back. And this isn't just my experience. One of my first harmonica students spent months watching YouTube tutorials. He learned riffs and short songs, but he never felt confident with improvising or playing full songs. And he told me every time I try improvising, it sounds awful. He felt bad, and so he just wouldn't do it. He avoided it entirely. He was stuck in a safe zone, afraid to venture into uncharted territory. And in our first lesson, I gently but firmly pushed him into improvising. And was it awkward? Absolutely. Did he sound messy? Definitely. But after that first uncomfortable session, something shifted within him. He realized that being bad at something wasn't permanent. It was the first necessary step towards getting good. He began to embrace improvising daily, and each session would be a lot better than the last. And I watched him transform into this tentative and uncertain player to someone who was pretty confident and joyful with his playing. And this change didn't happen overnight. It was built through consistent willingness to try and fail. And his story is proof that this approach works for anyone who's willing to just trust the process. And here's why this matters to you. Now, let's think about the areas that you might be holding yourself back a little bit because you feel like maybe you could fail. For a lot of players, this usually is improvising, performing with other people on stage, just putting yourself out there. And you got to know that everyone feels this way initially with all of these things. The real secret is accepting that there's some discomfort here and just being willing to repeatedly step into that space, because confidence isn't feeling ready. It's just being willing to try. One of the biggest myths in music is that you must first become competent before you can be confident, but it's actually the opposite. Competency follows confidence, which is simply created by being willing to try. You don't get confident by waiting for your skills to magically improve. Practice doesn't always get you there, especially when you're not pushing past your limits. You become confident by regularly doing the uncomfortable things until your skills inevitably catch up. I promise you, this is how every successful musician has become who they are today. Say you were like my student and you were uncomfortable with improvising and you haven't really been trying it much recently. Well, here's exactly how you can try and turn that around. And here's what you do. I call it intentional improvising. Here's how it works. You just choose one specific aspect of your playing you'd like to improve, maybe your tone, your rhythm, your bends. You set a clear constraint around it. For example, let's say we wanted to develop your wah, and you weren't really happy with it. So what you would do is you'd put on a backing track and you'd intentionally focus on playing, long phrases with these held notes at the end, and you'd use your wah. Okay, that's it. That's the experience. And as you do this, you have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to do it wrong. And you don't want to judge yourself harshly. Instead, just calmly observe what's working and what's not. If you can do this in the moment, great. If you need to make a recording and watch it back, that's cool too. Do this for at least 10 minutes a day. Each day, observing small improvements that you can make in your playing. If you do this and you're having trouble keeping track of things, you can make notes if you want to. After a week of doing this, your wah is going to be better, trust me. And you're just going to be more confident with improvising. Doing this experience, failing, and then occasionally winning is going to fuel your confidence because you've deliberately tackled an area that you previously struggled with. Now, if you repeat this method with different aspects of your playing over the next few months, you'll watch your confidence and your competence really skyrocket. Now, here's another immediate action step. I've created a free scaled cheat sheet you can download. It's linked below. You can grab it, set your metronome up, and deliberately push your tempos beyond your comfort zone. Don't worry if your playing falls apart at first. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. That discomfort means that you're truly learning and pushing past your boundaries. Now, if you do this and you keep going daily and you embrace that initial awkwardness, soon you're going to see that your speed, your accuracy, your confidence is going to dramatically improve. It's about being okay with that initial discomfort, trusting the process, and then committing to regular practice. Another big area where this comes up is performing. Now, performing can feel incredibly vulnerable. I vividly remember my music school days performing in front of classmates who critiqued every mistake that I made. Each performance made me feel exposed, and many times things went wrong. I was doing guitar back then, and I broke strings, I forgot lyrics, I missed cues. I was playing with other people, and just something happened in the communication, and we fell off. In those moments, I felt embarrassed, ashamed even. Yet those uncomfortable moments taught me more than any smooth performance ever could. I said, yes, I did it. I made a mistake, but I also realized, oh, I can improve these things. And next time I try it, it might go a little bit better. The truth is, feeling vulnerable and uncomfortable isn't something to avoid. It's something to lean into. Each awkward moment is a doorway to growth. And over time, the fear diminishes and it gets replaced by confidence built through countless small victories. Vulnerability is the path to strength. One of my students used to become extremely nervous whenever I asked him to play something for me in a lesson. His hands would shake, his notes would falter, and you could see that he felt deeply vulnerable. But because he consistently showed up and played anyways, he improved far faster than he ever would have improved if he was just working on his own. By allowing himself to be seen, even when it was uncomfortable, he received precise feedback tailored specifically to his weaknesses. Now, here's something you don't hear very often on YouTube, but I'm telling you it's the truth. Music is hard. It's hard. If you want to make it easier, get a real human to help you with it. Not a course, not a book, not an AI, a person. And when you work with people, the right people at least, they help you through this real struggle because it's deeper than just learning how to bend and learning how to do your wah. There's a lot of human emotions tied up in this, right? We want to think that just improving in music is just a matter of practicing the right things, but really it's a matter of facing your inadequacies over and over. And this is a process that is so much easier to go on when you have someone in your corner rooting for you, giving you advice regularly and helping you see things that you can't see right now. Investing in professional guidance isn't just about having someone teach you, it's about having someone guide you through that discomfort. And let's be real, being new at anything is uncomfortable. Getting someone to help you is uncomfortable. Having someone see your inadequacies might make your skin crawl, but it's also the thing that's going to make you better. Remember, confidence grows when you're consistently willing to try, fail, and learn. Next, check out this video I made about the essential mindset tips I have for musicians. It dives deeper into these ideas. Also, please leave a comment below telling me what's currently holding you back and how you'll take one small step to get past it today. Your comments inspire others. If this video has helped you, please hit like so more harmonica players find it. Be willing to try. It's really what matters. I'll see you next time. Peace.